Okay, we're doing our last lesson for the week. And this is all review. So I'm going to have you do a lot of this on your own. But I want to tell you what I want you to do. This right here should be kind of fun, interesting, but it couldn't be very stressful at the same time. So the fifth graders had one very similar to this. And I told them that it would kind of be fun if we got together and we did like a little Zoom class and did this one together. So let's talk about this when we get together tomorrow. I'm going to leave these language books out to remind me to talk to you guys about that. All right, so do what you can with this one, this Think D, but don't stress out too badly about it. Do what you can, see how many you can fill in, and we'll get together and we will film in together. Okay? Down on Think E, you're going to identify the nouns in bold print. You're going to write predicate nominative. Remember, a predicate nominative comes after a state of being verb. A direct object, an indirect object, they come after an action verb. And then object of the preposition comes at the end of a prepositional phrase, obviously. And the direct address is when you say someone's name in the sentence that you're saying. I think I'm going to let you do that on your own. Let me look at the next page. Okay. Identify the missing elements of the following fragments by writing in each blank subject, verb, or if it's a complete thought. Let's do this one together. Okay? All right. So the diver in the scuba outfit. So that's obviously not a complete thought. We have a prepositional phrase here. So let's just cross it out, because that will help us determine what we're missing if we get rid of that prepositional phrase. That's why I like to get rid of them. What are we left with? We're just left with the subject. So obviously we are missing the verb. Since the weather is warmer. We do have the subject. We do have a verb. That's still not a complete thought. Identify the missing elements and then by writing in the blank subject. Be ready to change the fragment into a complete sentence. This is still a fragment though, but it's really not missing. Let's see what they write in my book. Oh, they write that as a complete thought. That is a little bit confusing, because when I think complete thought, I think a sentence, right? Don't you? I do not think that's a complete thought. I beg to differ with them. It does have a subject and a verb, which makes it what we call a clause and not a phrase, because it does have a subject and a verb. But I would call it, what do they call that? They call it independent clauses and dependent clauses back in the day when I was in college. And this would have been called a dependent clause, because even though it has the subject and the verb, it's still dependent. It still needs more to be a complete thought. So I'm just going to kind of put a frowny face on that, because I don't like that at all. Okay. Will be vacationing in Colorado. Well, first of all, we're going to get rid of in Colorado. Will be vacationing is a whole verb phrase. So obviously we're missing the subject. The ship coming into port. There's we have a ship and it is coming. Once again, this is a dependent clause as a subject and a verb. Does not express a complete thought. I don't know where they get that. I just don't like that. Anyway, that I was coming. Well, there's subject and was coming is the verb. So that is a complete thought. That's not a complete thought, but it is a clause. We're going to lunch. I'm so glad I did this one with you because this one would give you fits. We're going, to lunch, prepositional phrase. So we're just left with we're going, which is a verb with a helping verb. So obviously it's missing the subject. Okay, that was a crazy assignment. I'm not sure what they were trying to prove by all that. Anyway, unless, I don't know. Can we just ignore that one and pretend it was never here? Because that was just way too complicated. All right. Capitalization and punctuation. This one you can definitely do on your own. See what you can find. They do have some end punctuation. In fact, they might have all the end punctuation. I can't really see it. But you're going to add capitalization and punctuation within this sentence. Okay? See how well you do on this one. So do this section. And then this section, oh, yeah. Don't forget, busted's not a word, right? So see if you can remember these. We did these a lot together before we had to stop coming to school. So do this section too. All right? So do what you can on that other side, but don't cry about it. Don't let it tear you up, because I won't even grade this. Just see how well you can do, and then we'll try to do a Zoom together and go over it. Okay? All right. I will talk to you later, guys.